Okay, lesson number 3, begin with the end in mind. This has been one of my mottos my whole life. I don't always practice it, and when I don't, I get upset with myself. But I'm the daughter of a magician. Now, the crazy thing about magicians, they always know how the trick ends before they start. So think about that. If you're in a magic show and you can see a woman get cut in half and the magician doesn't know how it's going to end, it might end very badly for the little girl in a note home to her mom going, uh-oh. No, they know exactly how the trick is going to end. It's a trick. And I know a lot of things how they're going to end because I set them up that way. And this is one of the things that I teach and coach in my classes. And I urge, if you're watching this, that I do teach a lot online. I have a lot of trainings to take you to the next level, whether it's an emotional breakthrough, whether it's breaking through in your business, all the obstacles and things that I've had to work through, really, truly the hard way. I'm trying to fast track it for you. I don't want to see people struggle anymore. One of my personal missions and one of my ends in mind is that you leave this training and you've got some actionable, measurable, all right, definable things that you can do. If you put these little things, I know it's a tiny little book with very, very big principles. If you put them into place often, you'll get a lot more of what you want. You'll be happier when you network with people. And now you're going to know how the game ends. What does that mean to begin with the end in mind? Well, I tell this little parable about a woodsman. So I actually was out in the woods walking through one day and I saw the craziest thing. I saw a giant tree and in the center of it was a bullseye and there was an arrow, bam, dead center right there. Then I looked over there and there was another arrow and bullseye and another one. And I'm like, this must be an amazing marksman, right? So over there is a guy and he's got a whole quiver full of arrows and he's like, I'm like, did you do all this? And he's like, yes, little lady, I did. I'm like, wow, could you tell me the secret? He said, well, it's actually quite simple. You fire the arrow first and then you draw the bullseye. Okay, so that's the principle of begin with the end in mind. So I started filming a video series for you. What was I thinking? What's the end? Well, the end is that you actually take the book and put it into practice. And then you go to Facebook on my inner circle and say, Forbes Riley, thank you so much for letting me into your little world, giving me some great actionable principles. And now I've made more money, found the love of my life, and actually whatever it is that works for you. But that was my end. So I'm going to over deliver. I'm going to be focused and pay attention to you, give you stories, tell you my principles, and then watch you go off and flourish. That's a pretty good end, isn't it? Otherwise, I could just be talking. That was not my goal. My goal is to get you to shake your head. My goal is to go, wow, I'm going to do the homework here. And all of those things help create a foundation for you that will build upon and that you can make an amazing career. I know this because I love skyscrapers. See those skyscrapers back there? In fact, that one right there and that one right there. You know what they have? They have the deepest, most solid foundations that nobody can see, right? That's what this book is all about. Building foundational wealth for yourself so you have something to believe, to dream, to achieve. I love that phrase. That is definitely one of the things that I think about often. And so that is beginning with the end in mind. And I urge you to write down, in fact, it says here, write down a dream that you'd like to achieve. Definition of a dream. It is not to sell more, to meet somebody nice, to have a great life. That's not the dream. When you architect a dream, see all those buildings behind me? They're all drawn by somebody. I want you to dream. I want to sit on a beach with my teenage daughter before it's too late in Mykonos, Greece, eating Greek olives and watching phenomenal people hang out in that blue water and just her and I sipping whatever we sip in Greece. Okay? I have a picture of that on my vision board. Oh yeah, also I'm a big vision board person where you can actually see right over there the next thing that I want. And by the way, vision boards should have things that you can take off and go, ah, got that one, boom. Oh yeah, got that one. Not concepts like, oh, I just want to live a better life. I want a whole pile of money. Actually, I'll actually give you a little exercise here. This will help illustrate why it's so important to do exactly what I'm telling you to do. How much money did you make last year? Now you're by yourself. Take your pen and write that number on your tax return. Write it right here. Okay, you can't see mine, can't see yours, don't worry about it. Write it down. Look at it. And now look at the camera or look at the mirror and give me the emotion that is tied to that number. Often when I do this exercise, I get people going, oh, embarrassment, upset, not good enough. Very rarely do I have somebody say, oh, I'm good. I feel good about this. What's your emotion? If it's a negative emotion, take that for a second and realize you actionably need to shift that. So let's pick up your pen and add a 0. Now look at it. Whoa. Well, it looks a whole lot nicer, doesn't it? Yeah, and if you're smiling, that's your goal. Right there, that's your first goal, to put a 0 at the end of your income. Now go back to begin with the end in mind. How much does that break out per month? How much do you need to earn per month now? How much do you need to earn per week? If the job that you're doing won't ever get you there, you need to get a side hustle. If the jobs that you're doing, 2 of them aren't going to get you there, you need to sit down with somebody who has gotten that and say, wait, how did you get residual income? How did you, because by the way, most millionaires have 7 streams of income. So that's what I want you to start thinking about. And that is how you build it. Okay? All right, on to the next lesson. Stay tuned.